Hey everybody, it's Arlen Emrys. That's right, I changed my name. My middle name is Mal, what was my first name. So Joseph's my middle name now. Anyway, back on the roof. Thought I'd follow up with a few things. Why? You're gonna ask why did I change my name? I'm gonna run for office. My degree is actually in city planning. I'm not actually a roofer. I did this stuff when I went to college years ago and got my first degree in programming. I'm one of the few people in this country that has a hardware encryption certificate from the military. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I did these ridge vents. So first we're going to look at this. This right here, these are the new taller bathroom and kitchen vents. I put my kitchen one there, my bathroom one there. There's the exhaust pipe for the flue, and that right there is the exhaust for your furnace. Now, carbon monoxide will come off the furnace exhaust, so I wanted to step back a few feet, try to get about, so many feet away from that, because I don't want that coming back in the house. Had a problem with this house since I got it, where we would get headaches, and what I realized, these taller ones have flappers. The original one I had in for my kitchen didn't have a flapper, and it was actually closer to the furnace. And we were getting headaches in the kitchen, and I believe the carbon monoxide was coming from the furnace into the kitchen vent. And that won't be an issue anymore. We've already slept through the night after I put this one in last night, and nice fresh air, it helped a lot. Now I got this one cut out. Right here is where I'm gonna butt the ridge vent too, and then it goes right down the center. And as you can see, a lot of people, they say like 3 inches online. You only need to have it no more than the width of the center board. Usually that's an inch and a half, because that center board isn't usually more than 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide. You do not need 3 inches. You honestly don't even need this much. But what I like to do is, if you make it about as wide as the board, then you'll actually get some light in from it in the attic, which is nice because light actually helps kill things. And the other thing, so if you look, you'll see like there's a little gap right there. On this side, we're flush on that side. If your, when the framing's done, if that center board, this one right here, if that's dropped down even 1/4 inch, you will have an air gap even if your wood is over the top of this. So when your framers do their work, if you inspect that and you see that board is flush with the very top, it's actually higher up than it's supposed to be, and you won't get the proper airflow. A little bit more airflow can be had from just dropping down your center beam to be just, like I said, even 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch, 1/2 inch. And the law of expansion, the air is going to shrink down and expand. It will flow through a crack that's smaller than what you can see with your eye. So there's absolutely no reason to worry about, oh, is 1/4 inch enough? It's more than enough. 1.5 inches is going to be plenty, and it's going to have lots of good airflow, and it'll keep everything dry in the attic. And that's the main reason you want to put a ridge vent in. Now I have a bathroom that's like over here. This ridge vent will keep that bathroom, anything that escapes the piping, that'll keep this dry. But if I didn't have that, then I would put a bathroom, I might put a regular vent in over here. Anywhere you have a bathroom, a regular vent over the bathroom is going to help keep it aired out. But if you want to maintain your temperatures in the house, you're better off to have those down there with the little flappers that only open up when you turn the fan on. And you can still keep it dry by putting a ridge vent in specific places in your house. I'm not doing anything excessive. I got 2 bedrooms on this end, so I'm like, I'm going to leave that shut. There'll be enough room if there's any moisture from the bedrooms, it'll escape over here. That's going to be more than enough. So I'm super stoked. I got that one in. You see, it looks beautiful. I did that yesterday. And what I did on top of that is I got myself cabinet screws. So you get some 2-inch cabinet screws, number 8's just fine, and you can lock that thing down like every foot to 16 inches as you're going along. And then get yourself a smaller box of longer nails. This is 1.75 inches to shoot in with your air gun. You got the good gun, like I've got the Metabo over here. It's got an adjuster inside. So when you flip this thing open, you can adjust it for every 1/4 inch. I'll show you this real quick. So this right here piece will go up and down. So the taller your nails are, the taller you make that box. If that box is too low for your nails will fold over, and it won't happen. It'll happen maybe once or twice in a roll. And that's how you know you got the adjustment wrong. So you go back in there and adjust it up. Now, if your nail gun doesn't support the nails you have, go get a better one. That's my advice on that. You know, these used to be really expensive. Honestly, they're not as much as they used to be, a couple $100 now. But they were probably $350 at one time. Probably when they first came out, they were probably like $600 or $700. So you think about how much they've come down. It makes a huge difference. Back when I started doing roofs, when I was in college, it was Staples. So now you got a nail gun, and a nail gun is a huge time saver. Now, the other thing I did is I do an overlap. So I did this overlap. This is my last piece from this whole row. If you go down, you aim these shingles. You start on the end opposite the wind. So you can either end and go up both sides, and you would come up, and then you can either meet right in the middle. So like say I got that peak right there, I can meet right in the middle, which will be here. Or you can go from your windy, the end that the wind blows to. So my wind comes down from that pole barn, and I get an updraft, and then it blows across this roof. So that's the other reason I didn't want to, I took the original ridge vent I had, went all the way across, and I'm not doing that anymore. I learned, 33 new sheets of wood on this side. I lost my living room 2 years ago to a storm in the middle of winter. So the wind came down, it blew up my ridge vent. As soon as it caught it, it blew it all the way across. It actually blew it all the way to here. So right here, where that, and then the water rolled down the roof, and it just rolled down like under the wood here, and right in front of, I have a sliding glass door down there, and the whole entire ceiling collapsed while I was sleeping in the middle of the night. And you want to talk about a scary time, and you want to talk about an expensive utility bill. I mean, my utility bills that year were the highest they've ever been. Last year they weren't a whole lot better, but this year they're fantastic. What I did last year to help improve that is I put a heated floor in my patio to help balance out the heat a little bit. It helped a lot. But finally getting this house back together, 2 years. So, and I basically did everything by myself. Hired people, but the truth is, a lot of times you hire people and they just don't show up these days. Because you can make $20-some at at a fast food restaurant. Most people don't want to get on a roof for $20 an hour. But I pay by the sheet. My advice is that's the way to go. Because honestly, people are lazy. It is what it is. You want to get your money's worth, you say, okay, for every sheet of wood, I'll give you this much money. You figure out what you think is fair based on how long it takes you to do one. Do one yourself. Find out your time. I did one. I had one guy help me. I was like at $50 with one guy helping me. And I said, yeah, I don't want to spend that much. But I said, okay, I'll do 3 sheets for $100. So I gave these guys 3 sheets for $100. I paid them bonus $20 for each extra guy they brought when they came out. And I got a crew here, and they did 11.5 sheets on my house, and I helped. And I paid them, it was like $450. They worked, honestly, it was like 5 hours work. You know, for 5 hours of work, that's a pretty good haul for 3 guys. And, you know, considering you got the homeowner helping you, it's a big deal. So anyway, you all have a great day. I'm gonna get my butt out of here. I'm gonna try to wrap this thing up today. So such a beautiful day. I mean, I have been blessed with this beautiful backyard I got, and it just oversees like a 3-acre field back here on the back side of the fence. And you know, I'm pretty happy about that. I've been blessed to be able to save it through COVID. The bank tried to repo it twice, so I know what the struggle is. I've been fortunate. I got a new job I started January of last year, and my house is going to be paid off this year. I don't go out a lot, but you know, if you got goals, number one goal should be to pay the house off as soon as you can, because that's one thing you don't have to worry about. Once it's paid off, you can do what you want with your money. You can work as an entrepreneur. You can put your money into other businesses, and you can have your side hustles. But if you really want to do yourself some good, you have that real estate equity that you can fall back on. And when you get down to that point where it's just taxes, you know, that's going to be a relief. Because when I get down to just taxes here, my cost of living is going to be like $350 a month for my taxes. And once you add in the utilities, that's way less than I'm going to spend in an apartment in the long run. And I got a ranch house. If I ever broke my leg, I literally have a place that I can be nursed back to health if necessary. And I think, you know, I bought with the retirement in mind, but I don't know if I'll stay in Ohio, Toledo, even though my goal long term was to be the governor of Ohio. I don't know. There's a lot of changes I'd like to see happen, and I might run for something else. Just, you know, you got to run for a lower office to be a stepping stone. But when I see the people that we have, the choices we have for president, I got to tell you, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with the options that we have today. I feel like we should have better options than we do. And I hope, you know, I hope that the right decision is made no matter who steps up to the plate, whoever steps into the office. I hope that we end up with somebody who makes America look strong again. We can't have somebody making us look weak. We can't have somebody who's making us divisive. We got a lot of divisiveness. We can't allow our agencies to attack innocent people because they want money. We got a lot of theft going on. Police departments, FBI, a lot of theft. I'm blown away. This is America. America isn't supposed to be the country where the government can steal money from people, can steal their safety deposit boxes. That's not what America was founded on. It's frustrating. I see stories all the time, and sometimes, I mean, I cry. I cry about some of the stuff I see. Guy spent 5 years in prison because he didn't pay child support. They finally did a paternity test. It turns out the child wasn't even his. 5 years in prison. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I don't like immunity. It should be thrown out. I think the judge should have to spend 5 years in prison for making that call, because there was no proof that the paternity test was actually done with this guy's DNA. And I'm sorry, if you make such a bad decision like that, you should never be a judge again, ever. No one should ever have to go through that. These are the kind of things, this is the times, you know, people say it's the end times. No, it's a time for people to wake up. You wake up, make your move, try to make America a better place tomorrow than it was when you woke up today. Anyway, you have a good evening. Enjoy your Sunday, and God bless the Super Bowl.